Good afternoon, this is Nicholas from Gandor Gaming, and today I bring you guys my Monkey D. Garb deck profile 2024 post OPO7. I'm really excited to say that this leader is really fun and really awesome. Now, I know I posted a community chat 2 days ago saying I'm going to make a new updated Arlong deck profile that is still coming, even though I just made one a couple weeks ago. I've been having a lot of fun with this leader, but I'm still waiting to pick up the cards in real life to fully update the deck and for us in real time. So I'm waiting on that for Arlong. As for now, we're going to go over Garp because that's why you clicked the video. So let's talk about him. So Garp is a forgotten leader all the way back from OPO2. Basically, his whole gimmick is that once a turn during your turn, well, not once a turn. Basically, every time you put a Dawn on a character or a leader, basically you're lowering your opponent's character by 1. That is 7 or less costs. Now, that is a pretty strong effect. I wish you didn't have the restriction on the 7 or less costs. I wish you just said, hey, it is a 10 cost on the field. I can put 5 down on Monkey D. Garp, and that cost is reduced by 5. Then if I have something that removes 5 drops, then you kill it. It doesn't do that. It says 7 or less. So you got to have something that reduces to 10, and then reduce it with Garp, and then you can kill it, which is pretty strong. So let's get straight into this. So he is red-black, which isn't a great color combination. I almost wish he was just pure black and he didn't have red in him, but we do what we must. We're playing 2 Kuzans. Now, in original builds, I was playing 3. I think 2's fine. He's a really, really powerful card. Basically, your turn, he gives all your opponent's characters minus 5 costs, and then on play, he KOs a 5 or less character because basically he'll be played and then he kills a 0 cost. But because he already reduces everyone by 5, if you haven't used any other reduced cards, which you won't because you're using 10 Dawn to play them, then basically you get to kill a 5 cost or less for free, which is pretty insane. We're playing 2 Stussies. Now, this is a brand new card that came out of OPO7. This card's absolutely amazing. On play, trash a character you control, and then you get to KO to your opponent's characters. This card literally just KOs anything in the game. It helps you deal with a lot of annoying cards from 10-drop Ace to 9-drop Yamato to etc. Not to mention putting a large body on field. So this card's absolutely insane. Really solid 2-0 for the deck. Next, we're playing 2 E-Shows. This card's really, really insane too. On 1 Dawn attached to him, he gives all your opponents minus 3. So if you have him and him on field, you're minusing 8, which is pretty insane. And then on play, if your opponent has 6 or more cards in hand, trash 2 cards from your hand. Really insane card, really, really strong. Another 9k beat stick, which is really incredible. Next, we're playing 4 Sabos. Now, this might sound like overkill. Why are we playing 4 Sabos? Well, to me, it's because he's one of the best high-end black cards in the entire deck. This card is absolutely insane. Basically, on play, you can trash 1 card from your hand, KO to one of your opponent's 5 costs, and then up to one of your opponent's 3 cost characters. So for 8 Dawn and a discard, you get to not only play a 9,000 attack character, but also you get to basically KO a 5 and a 3, which is really insane. And if you're using leader ability, you actually get to choose what you kill. So if you use leader, basically Sabo says, hey, you kill a 7k and a 3k, or you kill 2 5ks, or however you want to do, because you're going to have 2 extra Dawn, which is pretty insane. This card helps you deal with decks going wide like Blue Dolphy. It is a really insane card. Next, we're playing 4 Sakazukis. This card is really, really solid. He's a 6/7 that literally says, on play, trash 1 card from your hand, and then you get a KO of 5 or less. If you play like down a Shirahoshi or something, basically this card says kill at 9 costs, which is pretty insane for a 6 Dawn turn, which is really, really strong. So I really like him. I know he doesn't have counter. That's a lot of cards that doesn't have counter, but we're playing a lot of cards that do have counter, so it evens it out. Next, we're playing 4 Chaka. This card's experimental. I really like it in the deck. I still like it in the deck. Basically, 1 Dawn, you give 2 rested Dawn to one of your leaders or characters. The idea is it helps you go aggro. Not to mention, it helps you reduce costs, because you put 1 Dawn on him, which reduces 1 cost of a character. Then you use its effect to put 2 rested Dawn onto another character, reducing more cost. And you get to do that every turn, which is really, really strong. So you get to trigger his ability multiple times a turn, which is really powerful. We're playing 2 Rob Lucci's. I kind of want to bump them up more, but we're not really milling our deck. This deck doesn't really have a lot engrave. For example, we're not playing the new Tempest Kick card. because we're not really milling our deck like Rob Lucci does. And we're not playing cards that discard cards. Oh, we are playing discard cards, but we're not really going to have 10 engraved that often. And to be honest, I feel like we already have so many non-counter in the deck that it's fine just to play 2 Rob Lucci's. This card's really, really strong. Definitely stronger in Rob Lucci himself, but I think it's fine here. Next, we are playing 4 Laboon. Now, this card is a sleeper card. I recommend picking it up, especially once Blackbeard is legal. This card will be a staple in that deck. Basically, activate main, rest his character. If you give up to one of your opponent's characters -4, if you with Sakazuki on your 10 on turn, you can Laboon, lower a 9 cost to 4, then play a Sakazuki, trash a card, and KO it, which is pretty insane. There's some really cool combos what you can do with your cards, especially with Chaka, which is really, really strong. We're also playing 4 Shirahoshi, same gimmick. On play, give -4 cost to a character, and it's a blocker. Really, really strong card. The only bad matchup this has is into red-purple law, because red-purple law kills by power, and this guy has 0 power, which really sucks. Next, we're playing 4 Brook. Brook is insane. This card is a staple in all black decks. On play or when attacking, give up to one of your opponent's characters -1 cost, then KO to one of your opponent's characters with 0 cost. Absolutely insane card. Has 1,000 counters, so it's not even bad in hand. A really, really amazing card. Next, we're playing 4 Tashigi. This card is amazing. It's a 2K we play. And also, you can rest it to give it a character -2. Absolutely phenomenal. We're also playing 4 Suru as another 2K. Really great card. Just gives -2 cost to a character on play. Really, really insane. And finally, we're playing 2 Namis because Nami can give rest to Dawn, making all our units 1 Dawn cheaper, which is pretty insane. Not to mention, because you're using rest to Dawn, you also help you lower the cost of your opponent's characters. The only reason I'm playing as a 2 of and not 4 of is because it's so easy to be removed by Rob Lucci and Red Purple Law that we don't even try. Next, we're playing 2 Navy HQs. This is the Navy field spell. We're not CP9, so we cannot play the CP9 field spell. This one's still pretty good. On play, give it to one of your opponent's characters -1 cost. When activate main, you can rest this stage to your leader or as Navy type, which, Navy. Basically, you give up to 1 minus cost to another character, which is really, really solid. And then finally, we're playing 4 Tempest Kicks or 6 King Pistol, whatever you want to call this. Basically, it's just a 0 cost event. You can trash your non-counter in order to get a 3,000 boost, which is really, really strong. So that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoy. Don't do anything stupid. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. I really think this card's crazy as fuck. I don't know why people aren't playing it and more. I know Gecko Moria is an insane card as well, but I really think Sabo is like a king of the crop. Like, this card is absolutely cracked. But anyway, hope you all enjoy. Don't do anything stupid. See you on the next one, and bye-bye.